Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nick from Mitigate Stress. Welcome to another rousing rendition of Trigger Point Pros. In this video, we're going to be covering the QL, the Quadratus lumborum, the lower back, also known as the kidney region. Basically, that void space between your bottom rib, your pelvis, and your erectors, which is basically near your spine. You never want to put pressure ever directly on your spine with a foam roller, lacrosse ball, or softball. You can hit the erectors slightly around it, but you got to be careful because the more your spine arches around that ball, there's a good chance that you could herniate the disc. And I've seen it happen, not with a client of mine, but with a friend of a friend, and I'm not going to say who. So before we get started, I want to share a word from our sponsor, which is us. And basically, that is our CDR routine, our circulation, drainage, and recovery routine, which is a free guide that we have on our website. We have the link down below. And it's basically over 3 hours of content of pure recovery madness. We go over trigger points, corrective exercises, play, a full routine that is very simplified because we know that a lot of people are overwhelmed in today's society. So our job, our vision, our message with our company, Mitigate Stress, Nathan and I, is to oversimplify everything and just focus on giving you guys a routine that works. And all you have to do is just put the video on, follow along, and just do it. We used to give a lot of over scientific content and studies and research and all this nerdy stuff, and no one was reading it. So we're like, you know what, let's just focus on results because you guys are overwhelmed. Let's work there. So again, that's free. Go to our website, check the link below. You're not overtraining, you're under recovering. That's the point of having a foundational recovery routine that's for not only the stay-at-home mom, but also pro athletes. Most people are missing out on a proper recovery routine. That's what we give you guys. All right, let's get started. So take a softball or larger softball. You're going to lay on your back, hike the hips up, and gently rest into that ball. Again, you're below the bottom rib and above the pelvis, and you're to the outside of the erectors or the spine. You're never on the spine directly. Now, here's the main thing that we're going to focus on. First thing is rest into it, sink into it. Of course, explore, scan, find that dull, deep, achy, tender hot spot that radiates pain outwards. You want to go deep to the bone, find that spot first, then go deep, right? Now, here's a funny little cue. I want you guys to breathe into the ball. How do we do that? I want you to push your butt out, as in you're like peeing or pooping. And basically what that means is you're using a reverse Kegel muscle or your PC muscles. And then you're going to direct your breath down into your lower back. So how do we do that? Normally when we tell you guys to breathe, let me make sure I got my timer on here. We're going to go for 2 to 3 minutes. Normally when we tell you guys to breathe, we're telling you to expand the ribs and breathe into the ribs like a fish with gills, right? We're not really a big fan of belly breathing. We think people overly do that because we want to expand the lungs. The lungs are in the ribs, right? So what we're trying to get you guys to do is push the PC muscles out, push the butthole out, and then relax it, and then breathe into the lower back, into the ball. You're not pushing your lower belly out. A little bit, that will happen, but more importantly, you're breathing into the lower back, and you're going to really breathe into your kidneys, into the ball as you're doing this. While you're doing that, you're going to go micro movements side to side. You can tuck the pelvis, arch the pelvis. You're not going to overdo any cue too dramatically. You want to avoid doing any radical movements. Again, you're not trying to arch around the ball. There's a good chance that someone could herniate their disc, so please be careful when you're doing this. Now, I want you guys to go to the side a little bit, 45-degree angle, and really balance your weight onto that. Tuck the butt, expose the QL. A lot of us are very compressed that we don't have enough space between the ribs and the pelvis, and therefore it's kind of hard to fit this ball in here, so you might have to play with the size of the ball. It's been about 1.5 minutes, I believe. We're going to go for another minute. Again, after this, I want you to pause the video and go for at least 3 to 5, upwards of 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes each side. Practicing that breathing cue, again, breathing into the lower back, relaxing the butt, pushing it out like you're peeing. Breathing into the lower back. 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out through the nose. Really sinking into that 45-degree angle. Go on the side a little bit. Go back, towards the erectors. Let's go like 30 more seconds. And then I'll tell you guys to pause it, spend a little bit more time again. And I'll meet you on the next side. Go up, go down, go side, small movements. Deep breaths. Oh, I wanted to start doing this daily because I always going to work on my kidneys. Chinese medicine says if you got under eyes or sluggishness, fatigue, sometimes I've always had that when I was younger. It's better now. But I don't think it's just diet related or that we need to take some herbs. I think we also just need to rehydrate that specific area and make it less restricted and basically take a load of stress off that specific organ, whether it's the liver, the spleen, the gallbladder, or the kidneys. That's my theory. I believe it's going to work. We'll see. I think it's going to help. Obviously, if you create space within this region, you're going to feel a huge systemic change throughout your entire body. Trigger pointing provides some serious benefits, so make sure that you do it, and when you do it intensely enough and you go deep enough to the bone for a sustained amount of time. All right, that's enough time. Pause the video, go a little bit longer. Let's go the other side. Same thing, deep, achy pain. You're not rounding out on the ball too much. You're supporting yourself up in the air with your butt and your hamstrings. You're relaxing into it though. You're breathing into about pushing your butt out, PC muscles out, doing a reverse Kegel like we talked about, like you're trying to pee. And then while you're doing that, you're breathing into the lower portion of your belly, but you're not pushing your belly out, you're pushing your lower back out, if you can visualize that. Again, normally we like to expand the ribs because that's where the lungs are, but for this one, we want to breathe into the trigger point, breathe into the kidneys. It's about been 40 seconds or so. See if you can sneak into that hot spot. Just go side to side. Up and down, small micro movements, sinking into it as deep as you possibly can, not rounding out too much. Again, you want to avoid herniating your disc. Be gentle, just go deep on that specific hot spot. Again, hydrating these specific spots and taking the stress off your organs and your spine as a whole, your nervous system as a whole, is going to really make a huge impact on your health on a systemic level. Making sure that you're timing yourself, because I'm not too accurate with my time because I just have an analog looking watch. I'm gonna go for another minute though. Breathing into it slowly, 10 seconds in through the nose, 10 seconds out, creating a lot of expansion down there. And it's not just your lower back that you're breathing into while you're doing the PC muscle engagement, but you're also breathing into your ribs. Just expansion in that entire abdominal cavity and ribs region. Go to the side. That's good stuff. Pause the video, do both sides again, at least 3 to 5 minutes, upwards of 10 minutes. Take your time. You're going to be feeling really good after that. I feel great. I don't know about you. But again, go download our free CDR routine, circulation, drainage, recovery routine down below. Also, check down below for any affiliates that we offer, shower filters, water filters. If you need some red light therapy, buying through the links down below helps support our business, helps us to continue to make these free videos for you guys as well. We also have a course coming out for the hips and the ribs, which is the ultimate foundation for everything, as well as a membership where we're going to post daily workouts. Stay tuned for that. I am very excited to get that released because our goal, again, is not to overwhelm you guys, but to provide you with the simplest, most efficient path to getting the most results. This is what we do for a living. We have the time to constantly hone our craft and practice in the lab all day. So we want to show you guys what we have in store. Check us out. All right, mitigatestress.com. Peace.